So what is non-point source pollution? That's a great question. Non-point source pollution is going to be any kind of pollutant that's picked up from rainfall or snowmelt as it runs over and through the ground, and then it ends up taking that into our rivers or streams. So the EPA, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, has a website here where they define non-point source versus point source. So point source is going to be different. This is going to be the kind of pollutant that comes from a particular source, like a water treatment plant or maybe a power plant. And these sources are going to be monitored. They'll have a permit that is monitored and regulated by somebody like the EPA. But non-point source pollution can be more damaging because it can be harder to identify. For example, this is a website called River Runner. River Runner is going to simulate the path of a single raindrop as it goes through its path down into the ocean. So you can watch here and you can see that water is going to move down hill into an ocean, and on the way it's a universal solvent, so it's going to pick up any of those pollutants that are sitting on the surface of the land, things like pet waste or oil from our cars or grease or litter or anything that we're leaving on the surface of our land can be picked up and taken on this path on its way down into the ocean. If you look at the National Ocean Service website, you can see they have a lot of information on non-point source pollutants because this is going to be a big concern for our oceans where all of our streams and rivers end up. If you can see here on this website, they're going to have some information about pollutants from non-point sources, such as nutrients. That's going to be things like fertilizers, which makes our oceans turn green, and our rivers. You can also see sediments, pesticides, bacteria, viruses, and more. So all of these are things that we have to try to control from our area so that they don't get picked up and taken down into our ocean. So how can we do that? If you look at a handy bookmark from the EPA, this is going to show you 10 things that you can do to prevent stormwater runoff pollution, which is the same thing as non-point source pollution. For example, use fertilizers sparingly so that we don't cause excess fertilizers, which cause excess plant growth, which in this case is water and it's algae. So if you don't use extra fertilizers, we won't have as many algal blooms. Plus, don't dump anything down storm drains, vegetate bare spots in your yard to prevent sediment runoff, and also things like use less toxins, direct downspouts away from paved areas. Instead of impervious surfaces, use pervious surfaces where water can filter through, slow down, and help improve your water quality. Also, check for leaks and take your car wash instead of washing it in the driveway. All of these things can help prevent all kinds of car sediments or car droppings from ending up in your stream. Also, have things like your septic tanks and your plumbing checked regularly. All of these are things that we can do to help prevent non-point source pollution because we are all part of a watershed and we all live downstream from somebody, from this shared resource. So it's our responsibility to help prevent pollution where we can.